Good morning, students. In previous class we have discussed about change in temperature and its measurement, temperature scales, conversion of Celsius scale to Fahrenheit scale, and conversion of Celsius scale to Kelvin scale. Today you are going to learn about change in state or thermal expansion and change of state. So what is thermal expansion? The expansion produced in matter due to the absorption of heat energy is called thermal expansion. Means on heating, most of the substances increase their volume, and that expansion in a substance due to heat energy called thermal expansion. Now the question is how a substance expand when they are heated. Now look at the picture. This is a picture of molecules in a solid. Even at normal condition, the molecules vibrate. Okay. So when the substance is heated, the molecules start moving faster and the distance between molecules increases. Okay. Here is the picture B. When the substance is heated, the distance between the molecule increases. Okay, the distance between the molecules is more than the distance between the molecule in picture B. Okay, so when the distance between the molecules increases, the substance expand. Okay, now in solids the molecules are closely packed, means the distance between the molecules are less in solid. Okay, so solid expand very little on heating, but in liquids the molecules are loosely packed, means the distance between the molecules are more than the distance between the molecule in solid. Okay, so on heating the distance between the molecules increases, and liquid expand more than solids because the distance between the molecules are more the distance between the molecule more than the distance between the molecule in solid. That's why liquid expand more than solid. In gases the molecules are free to move and the force of attraction between them is almost zero, so the gases expand the most. Now we'll study about some application of thermal expansion. Small gaps are left between successive rail tracks to allow them expand in summer when temperature rises. So this is a picture of rail track. Okay, so as you can see there's a gaps between successive two rails. Okay, this is because when the temperature rises in summer, that railway tracks start expanding. Okay, and that gaps will help them to expand in summer. Okay, if the rails are fixed tightly next to each other, they will bend outward and may cause derailment of a train. Next application. The iron girder used to make a bridge is fixed only from one end. As you can see in the picture, one end of iron girder is fixed here. Okay, its other end rests on rollers. Okay, its other end rests on rollers. The end resting on the rollers is then free to expand in summer. Okay, so this iron girder is actually start expanding when the temperature rises in summer. Okay, and the one end which rests on roller, that will help the iron girder to expand. Next, change of state. The change of a substance from one physical state to another is called change of state. For example, like gas to solid to liquid, like that. Okay, the change in the state of substance is generally caused by a rise or fall in the temperature of substance. When the when the temperature of substance increases or decreases, then it can change the state of substance. Now we'll study about some process which change the state of substance. So the first is fusion or melting. The process during which a solid on heating changes to its liquid state at a particular temperature. At a particular temperature is known as fusion or melting. Okay. So when a solid change its state to liquid, that process is called fusion or melting. For example, ice melt into water on heating at 0 degrees Celsius. Okay, so ice melt into water at 0 degrees Celsius. Okay, so at a particular temperature, the solid change into liquid state, and that particular temperature is known as what? The melting point or fusion point of the solid. Okay, so the temperature at which a solid changes into its liquid state is called the fusion or melting point of the solid. Next, freezing or solidification. Okay, the process during which a liquid on cooling changes its solid state at a particular temperature is called freezing or solidification. Okay, and the temperature at which the liquid changes into solid state is called freezing point or the solidification point of the liquid. Okay, like fusion or melting process. Freezing or solidification process will only take place on some particular temperature. Okay, and that temperature is called the freezing or solidification point of the liquid. Here you can see in the picture that water, which is liquid, on cooling change its solid state to change its liquid state to solid state, that is ice. Okay, next, vaporization or boiling. The process during which a liquid on heating changes into gaseous state at a particular temperature is known as vaporization or boiling. For example, okay, so vaporization or boiling means the changes of liquid state to gaseous state. Okay, like water on heating, the water change its liquid state to gaseous state. Okay, and the temperature requires to change the liquid state to gaseous state, that is 100 degrees Celsius. Okay, and the temperature at which a liquid changes into gaseous state is called vaporization point or boiling point of the liquid. Next, evaporation. The change of a substance from its liquid state to gaseous state at any temperature. Okay, the change of substance from its liquid state to gaseous state at any temperature below its boiling point is called evaporation. For example, water vapors are always added to the atmosphere by evaporation of water from the surface of water bodies which get heated up by the sun. Okay, evaporation, freezing, fusion, all these processes require a particular temperature, but in evaporation the liquid state into gaseous state at any temperature below its boiling point, and that process is called what? Evaporation. Okay, now condensation, the process during which a substance in its vapor or gaseous state on cooling changes into liquid state at a particular temperature is called condensation. Okay, so in the process in which a substance changes its gaseous state to liquid state, that is called condensation. For example, on being cooled steam changes to water at 100 degrees Celsius. Okay, and that temperature is known as what? The condensation point. The temperature at which a substance in its gaseous state changes into its liquid state is called the condensation point of the substance. Okay, then sublimation, certain substances changes directly from their solid state to their gaseous or vapor state to solid state to their gaseous or vapor state on heating without passing through the liquid state, and that process is known as sublimation. Okay, for example, the dry ice, ammonium chloride, iodine, these are the example of sublimation. Okay, remember sublimation means what? The process at which the substance change directly from their solid state to their gaseous or vapor state. That process is known as sublimation. Clear? Okay, so today's homework is that check your progress. Check your progress of the page number 65. Okay, if you have any doubts, you can ask me through my WhatsApp. Thank you, students. Have a great day.